Above 1 million Zimbabweans are said to be living and working in South Africa. Economic and political crisis in Zimbabwe has resulted in millions flocking into the neighboring South Africa and Botswana in search of jobs and better lives. In 2020, the government closed all the border posts owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. Only those with valid work permits, truck drivers and buses carrying essential goods and services and returnees are allowed to cross. However, despite these regulations, thousands of people looking for greener pastures continue to travel between the two countries illegally. Our investigations, in partnership with Information for Development Trust, have revealed that local buses, particularly those that pick up passengers from Mbudzi and Highland, charge at least 2,500 rands or $170 per single trip, although the fare is subject to negotiations. With borders legally closed, all people intending to travel without permits are considered border jumpers. This is irregardless they may have valid passports. We spoke to some bus conductors at Roadport, and this is what they said.
Border jumper for 2,500 rands. I read the bus.
2,500 rands.
Yes. Receipt paper, bus paper, COVID paper, bus fee paper.
What do you mean with the again bus?
Kana friend yangu kutwala ngona kuzo anobhadira bus fee 500 rands. Imwe mari inozobhadira after board 2000 aona kuti adzikira mubhazi motaura sei vamwe vanobhadhara ipapa waudza kudaroka mwaenda kuti amukona sekundidzikisa unomudza sekudaro kuti unobhadhira mari kwata sei wajambiswa.
Pane vamwe vaiti hanzi kana makusvika kubhodha mabhodha jamba anonzi burukai
wozonokutaura zvinoitika izvo sei zvichiitwa zvakadaro. Munhu anenge akabata 1,500 rands anenge abata 1,000 rands achinoenda kujobi. Ukayabata 1,500 rands panapa andikuise mubhazi imbiti ndikuisa mubhazi ana malaichi namalaichi asvika dokubhodha nokudzikisa
kuzoita sei
wakudzikisa woendesa kune vanonyambutsa neuchino kumvura uendesa navanhu wakumvura ma100 rand ma200 rands unyambutsa vanhu nokumvura nosangana kumberi kana unosangana kujobek chako straight usvikokupidzwa maningiri malocal bus emisina tujobek niye kuda kwemari
COVID nenga wakutesa anenge akufana test
kana ripota jamba wangu ka pagepe COVID test ka azvina zvarinoshanda
auto test
nokuti iwo ndiani achazoda kuona iwo angade kuona COVID test asati aona passport nepermit. Chinokosha ipassport nepermit saka COVID test haina basa. Nzisa kwenye ataura dokutari zvochoitika izvozvozvo iri mari yemunhu nekucrosa pabhodha wagara mubhazi umu nekuyambutswa nokumvura wega ndo zvinozvine different. When coming from South Africa, travelers are supposed to quarantine, but that doesn't apply to those with money.
Saka vanhu vese vari mabhazi vachienda kuquarantine.
Quarantine nakuindi zvokuquarantine kana une COVID ndopa unoenda kablas kana une chero une COVID une mpasva unokuendesa. Vari mumabhazi vari kuenda kudzimba dzavo.
All right. For those without the required 2,500 or those who are going to Musina or other towns close to the border, the picture is entirely different. Some rely on people and goods smugglers known as magumagoma. The smugglers make a living from illegally taking undocumented citizens to and from Musina daily. Most of them will be going to do shopping. They use combis and lorries which are favorable for carrying goods like groceries and household equipment. I am journalist Tandiwe Garusa. I went on a trip to Musina with them to understand the whole process. The smugglers charge at least 800 rands for a trip to and from Musina.
Normal, when Musina it only costs maybe 50 rands or less. Stamp your passport on the Zim side, stamp your passport on the SA side. We go. You see? But because of the abnormality of the situation now, you find you will see as we get into the Zimbabwean border, tikada mnyama tikamiswa totoro wafuti mari all the way until we get to Messina.
On that day, there were at least 8 checkpoints, which were manned by police officers, military, traffic police, immigration officers, and other security agents who all demanded bribes. The journey to Messina from Beitbridge took close to 2 hours. Besides the official border posts, there are many other illegal entry and exit points that are used to cross to South Africa. Some use small footpaths which pass through the forest leading to the pedestrians' footbridge. There are security agents who are supposed to be monitoring and blocking border jumpers, but instead they assist them. They often demand 50 rands, 100 rands as bribes from each traveler. Even minor children use this route. Another entry point is the Zimbabwe Gorge, about 15 minutes drive from Beitbridge town. This route is said to be preferred by young men who can walk until they cross to South Africa, where they bribe soldiers in that country. It is the cheapest route. Near the Zimbabwe National Parks and Wildlife Management Authority residential buildings, about 3 kilometers west of the official border, there is also another illegal entry point. The smugglers use a makeshift wooden boat tied to a rope which is pulled from both ends to control its movement as it crosses the flooded river. The smugglers are usually armed with knives and guns. The crew which facilitates the crossing demand 100 rands per person, and that money is kept by a guy on the South African side of the river. After our investigations, we spoke to the immigration director, Respect Gono, and she said she wasn't aware of the illegal activities that happen in the border.